This is a starter's guide to basic preparedness for food storage and water collection in event of an emergency where you may have to bug out, meaning to leave in a hurry to get to safety, or bug out in place, meaning to have food and water supplies on hand where you are in event of an emergency such as a power outage due to storms or other events that could cause prolonged disruptions in electricity. Having a bug-out bag ready and packed to go for you and your family members and pets, if such is the case, is always prudent to have on hand. Should an event arise that you need to get out of harm's way quickly and may need to hold out for a day or so until help arrives or until you can get to safety. An example of this type of an emergency could be flooding, damaging earthquakes, mudslides, or an approaching wildfire. In some instances, highways may not be accessible or possibly blocked due to mudslides, rock slides, or flooding. Bridges may be out, or there could be traffic jams if there's a lot of people trying to get out quickly and have vehicles, or if you are in your vehicle trying to get out of harm's way but get stuck in the traffic congestion and need to abandon your vehicle and set out on foot to get you and your family out of harm's way and to a place of safety. Now, hopefully you will never have to deal with such a dangerous situation or major crisis as such, but things can happen. And having a well-organized and well-thought-out contingency plan and basic survival supplies on hand can quite literally be a lifesaver and help you better mitigate what could be a very difficult, challenging, and trying time. Always remember, it is better to be prepared and have nothing happen rather than have something happen and not be prepared. So, let's get started. Where to start? Start with a contingency plan. In a survival situation, there are 4 fundamental things that are the very basis of contingency, and all are inherently interdependent on each other. They are shelter, heat and fire, water, and food. There are elements of each of these that should be included in your bug-out bag or backpack. Keeping in mind that you may need to carry this for some time and that you can only carry so much, the key words are lightweight, streamlined, functional, practical, and essential. When you are acquiring the supplies and items for your bug-out bag, keep those keywords in mind and evaluate each item you are considering buying or acquiring against that criteria to help you in the decision-making process of the best stuff to stock in your bug-out bag. Let's start with shelter. A small generic nylon plastic tarp is relatively inexpensive, lightweight, versatile, and can be used for a variety of things, from serving as a shelter, cover, or windbreak, or using as a container for carrying or hauling lightweight bulk items if needed, such as dry grasses or leaves in goodly amounts, if you are in a location where you can use the natural surroundings to build a makeshift debris shelter, such as in a forest. A small tarp folds up quite nicely and can fit easily into a limited space, such as a backpack, or can be rolled up and attached with some cord to the outside of the backpack. Another handy and inexpensive item that also folds up very small and takes up minimal space is a foil heat blanket or a space blanket. These can be invaluable in event that you need to conserve heat and are trying to stay reasonably warm under certain types of adverse conditions. It can also be used as a cover, a shade, a rain cape, water collector, or windbreak if needed. Its reflective properties can also be used as a reflector signal if one is lost or needs rescue assistance, and set up in such a manner that a passing vehicle, boat, or airplane could potentially spot it as a distress signal. heat and fire. Having the materials needed to create fire could literally mean the difference between life or death. It is not only invaluable for staying warm or keeping warm, but also for cooking and or sterilizing drinking water and for light. There are various items that can be used for fire making, from waterproofed matches to gas lighters, fire flints, ferro rods, and magnesium fire starters. All are fairly small and relatively inexpensive, and one or more forms of fire starter should be included in every bug-out bag. Also, if you are including matches with your kit, make sure they are in waterproofed, airtight containers and well sealed to prevent any moisture from getting at them. Water. An average person requires about 1 gallon of water per day for general health. If strenuous activity and or hot temperatures are involved, more water is required to compensate for loss of moisture through sweat and respiration in order to prevent dehydration. Additional water on average could include 2 more gallons per day, one for cooking and another for washing, which is the general rule of thumb. Understandably so, that is a lot of water to have to carry, so 3 gallons is not feasible for carrying in a bug-out bag. However, 1 gallon could be kept in a bug-out kit. Smaller bottles of water could be additionally stored in outer back pockets or in attached pouches to a backpack via a clip or cord. Do include at least a gallon of water in one form or another in your bug-out kit if at all possible. Also, having a portable water filtering system of some kind should also be included in your kit so that you can access water that you may potentially find along your journey. Note, water filters do not kill bacteria or parasites that are usually always present in wild water. It only helps to filter out potential debris and particulate impurities that are present. Filtered water still needs to be boiled for at least 10 minutes to be for sure safe before drinking in order to kill any bacteria or parasites that may be present. Water filters and boiling the water together, however, do not clean potential poisons or contaminants from water, such as heavy metals, pollutants, or other toxicities. When using wild water, use careful discretion. If it looks suspicious, it probably is. When searching for water, always look for the purest possible. Water in ditches or road puddles, or water found in potentially contaminated areas, is to be avoided. Another way to acquire water when a potable source is not available can be gleaned from certain plants, morning dew, rainwater, and or other distillation-evaporation techniques using the ground moisture or moisture from non-toxic plants. I won't go into details about that here, but just wanted to mention that there are a few other ways to obtain water in certain types of survival situations. Food. There is a goodly variety of types of food available that don't take up a lot of space, are lightweight to carry, do not require refrigeration, and can be eaten uncooked or easily cooked up on a fire. This includes boxed foods, a few small canned foods, and dried foods such as rice, oatmeal, pre-made pastas, dried soup mixes, energy bars, nuts, seeds, crackers, and tuna, peanut butter, sardines, jerky, etc., and many more. You get the idea. Depending on your tastes and preferences, you can customize your bug-out bag food supplies accordingly. There is also a large variety of MRE foods, which stands for Meals Ready to Eat, that are available and especially made for camping, backpacking and preparedness storage. Do an internet keyword search for more information on MREs. They are another option one can use in a bug-out bag. They are a bit more expensive than your do-it-yourself generic grocery store stock-up, but are very good and especially made for portability and versatility. Essentially, they are nutritionally balanced pre-cooked meals in vacuum-sealed bags. Some you can just drop the whole bag into a pot of boiling water to heat it up and eat it directly out of the bag. They come in a variety of flavors and types, and the ones that I have had were very delicious and very filling. Also, there are some additional things you should include in your bug-out kit as well, such as basic utensils such as a fireproof cook pan or pot, can opener, cups, bowls, KFS, as in knife, fork, spoon, flashlight, batteries, extra cord such as paracord, a small fishing kit if you may be in an area where fishing may be available, small first aid kit, washcloths, toothbrush, toothpaste, a couple of bandanas, a utility knife, a few small garbage bags, and last but not least, though not a life-death item, but one of life's absolute luxuries if you have to bug out, a roll of toilet paper. So there you have it, the fundamentals of a basic bug-out bag for a short-term contingency in event of emergency where you may have to make do for a few days in a basic survival situation. This is Survival Prepping 101. Thanks for watching and happy prepping.